It's the second round of the Western Conference Playoffs. Game 3 on the way on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Hello again, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, as we focus on the Mavericks coming into play, they lead this 5-game series 2-0. And now they'll have 3 shots in trying to advance.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw up and good. A 3-point play right at the start, and it's 3-0. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly, there's the toss. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Jumper's good.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Porzingis. Over to the right side. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. To Hollis Jefferson. Beverly to George. Short jumper won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Paul George. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Clippers have it. Gets a shot up off the mark. Porzingis. Nice pass to set things up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. PG lets it fly. Paul George missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. throwdown. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
George to Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Paul George, 2 for 3 now here in the first. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Gilgeous-Alexander. To George. Knocks it down from mid-range.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Good look that time, but off the mark.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I return in a moment. You're tuned into the Western Conference semifinals on EA Sports. The shooting in that first quarter was white.
From the start, let's do it.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Beverly. And the rebound taken in by Dallas. And he finishes at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 2. Gilgeous-Alexander to Beverly. Has a chance. Rebound taken by Olynyk. Grant with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Here comes the screen to Leonard. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Has a look. And that's rebounded by the Mavericks. Grant with the basketball. Leads 4. And the basket good at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Leonard to Hollis Jefferson. Screen coming. Count it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
And the denial.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 4. Short jumper off the mark. Burke with it. Looking to make something happen. Slams it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
That misses with a second to go. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Mavericks are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit is 6. To Leonard. Beverly, deep right corner. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Here comes the screen. Paul George fires. Paul George looking good. 4 for 5.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Doesn't get the bounce. Mavericks with the basketball. Doncic. Kawhi Leonard rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. And scores. Strong take.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Beverly to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Count the bucket for 2.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
George. No good. To Porzingis. KB, Kristaps Porzingis. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
George, straight down the middle for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Porzingis. Layup goes down. Well done.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. 3 quarters complete. The Mavericks are in the driver's seat. Dallas with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the 3rd quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. And stuffs it home. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be creative. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Burke with it. His guys holding the big lead. And finishes strong.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
New blood coming in for both sides. Paul George to Leonard. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good to cap off the 3-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. The pass set it all up.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Kawhi Leonard, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Cashes in for 2.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
Here's Leonard for two. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Porzingis. Gets a look. Can't hit. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. George to Leonard. Can't connect from in close.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Paul George to Leonard. To Hollis Jefferson. Kelly Olynyk. Huge block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Runner here won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Oh, how about that? A 3 at the buzzer, and it's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Mavericks have cause to celebrate tonight, but not too much. They have plenty work to do this offseason. Check out the leading scores for the Dallas Mavericks.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Dallas Mavericks did a fantastic job of closing out on the
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.